Okay, so I recently saw Inside Out. Wow. Um, I'm just gonna start this off. I think this is one of the best movies that Pixar has ever made. It grabbed me emotionally. I just go see it. It's still in theaters right now. Just go see it. We had to wait 3 years for Pixar to bounce back from Brave, and it was worth the wait. Um, when I first saw the trailer for it like a year ago, I thought that the concept was really interesting. It's like, oh, we're going to get the complexities of someone's head. Um, it's not that simple, obviously. If it was just, mentality jokes for 2 hours, I don't think it would be the movie that it is. Joy herself, the emotion inside the main character, Riley's head, is one of the most complex characters I've ever seen on film. She has layers to her that not the other emotions don't really have. Like, they can convey other emotions. Like fear gets angry and disgust, expresses happiness occasionally. But joy shows, deeper levels of emotion. She shows that she wants to be optimistic and she's trying really hard but can't seem to find a good reason to do that. And I think this is a great way to illustrate, the inside of somebody's head that's depressed. Because, I've gone through depression. I have a lot of friends who have gone through depression and anxiety and yada, yada, yada. And this is really relatable for somebody like that. Because the basic plot is there's this girl, well, outside of all the emotion stuff, um, there's this girl who lived in Minnesota and was on the Pee Wee hockey team, and she was really happy. And then her dad got a job, which is really vague. He might be a drug dealer. I don't think Pixar would go that dark, but Riley's dad might be a drug dealer. Just saying. Anyway, they go to San Francisco, and then she gets really depressed because she misses home and blah, 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 blah. Basic, crappy, Disney plot. But then you get inside her head. Literally. Um, you get inside her head from birth and you see her evolving because joy is the first emotion, then slowly other emotions build up, and it's kind of a buddy cop movie between joy and sadness. And at the end, joy finally understands sadness, and the emotions come together and they make more complex emotions. And I thought that was really interesting. I didn't think that they would go there. Sorry, everyone who hasn't seen the movie and spoiled. Don't watch a review. Anyway, just go see it. They form more complex emotions, and the first one is ambivalence, and it's really really interesting because you get the message that they're going across right away. You get the message that seeing everything as happy is not healthy. You have to recognize, you know, the sadness and the joy in certain situations. Because sometimes joy can come from sadness, and sometimes, it can be vice versa. Sadness can come from a joyful situation. And you have to recognize both sides. If you pretend like everything's happy all the time, you're just not going to live a healthy life and you're going to break down. Which is what Riley does as Joy is trying to control her brain and, making every memory joyful. It's just not like that. And Joy learns this throughout the course of the movie, and I think it's absolutely stunning. Um, I think the performance that Amy Poehler gives is really great, but it's Amy Poehler. I think that that's what really hurts the movie, is that Amy Poehler's really funny, but she can't really play, like, really, really deep, complex emotions believably. Like, I'm a big fan of Parks and Rec, personally. But every time she gets sad on Parks and Rec, I feel for her, but it's in a puppy dog sense. where like she gets the eyes and she wells up, and it's very much acting. You know, she doesn't feel like the character. She feels like she's playing the character, and that's kind of how she feels with Joy. You don't get it that much because it's just voice acting, and a lot of it is, you know, the computer rendered character that you're watching. But you get a little bit of that in her inflections. She's gotten better. She tried to do that in like the first couple seasons of Parks and Rec, and I didn't really buy it. But in the later seasons, I did, because I think she's just grown as an actress. And here it doesn't really shine, but it's there. That, and I believe that the other emotions should have been more complex characters. Anger is just a dude with a temper. Fear is just, you know, he's scared of everything. And disgust is that chick from Mean Girls. That's literally her character. But aside from that, because you don't get the other emotions that much, you get joy and sadness, and you get other components of Riley's brain. You get this imaginary friend, and that's all I'm going to say about the imaginary friend. Go watch the movie. I cried while watching this movie. I really did, because I'm an emotional person. And go watch the movie. I won't say anymore. I mean, I already spoiled the end, but whatever. Yeah, I think this is a really good children's movie. I think it has a really good message, and I would definitely recommend going to go see it. I forget how to end these videos. This is only the second video I've made in like 3 months. I have no idea how to end this. Okay, goodbye.